but I like it.
Didn't I have a massage scheduled for 4 o'clock?
Yes, that's what I wanted to see you about. Do call. He'll be a few minutes late. Would you mind seeing Mrs. Ferguson while you're waiting?
Well, I don't have an appointment with Mrs. Ferguson.
No, but she just wants to deliver a telegram signed by the Sisters of the Republic. 40,000 signatures urging you to seek re-election, and it's 17 feet long.
No, I can't see her like this. Just tell her to start shoving it under the door.
I'll tell her that you're indisposed and have her leave him.
40,000 signatures?
That should help you make your decision, unless you already have.
No, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you. And don't forget, you promised Orrin Hacker that you'd have your answer for the party by tonight.
You'll be the first to know.
Well, you certainly don't stay number one long in this business. Oh, Duke, come on in. He's waiting for you.
Thank you.
How are you, Duke?
Hi, Governor. Hope I didn't hang you up, Governor. I had to take my daughter down to get her automobile insurance. She just started driving.
No, you didn't hang me up.
Hop on, Governor.
All right.
Hey, Governor.
What?
You want to do something smart and save yourself $12? Get up, get dressed, and forget about the massage.
Why?
Because you're too tense. I can't work on you unless you're relaxed.
Well, that's why you're here, to relax me. That's why I want a massage.
I realize that, Governor, but what you don't realize is I can't give you a massage to relax you. Unless you're relaxed, I can give you a massage.
If I was relaxed, why would I want a massage?
Because it's good for you. You feel relaxed after it.
Start massaging.
Boy, I don't remember the last time you were this tight.
4 years ago, when I probably had to make the most important decision of my life.
What was that?
Whether or not to run for governor.
Oh, yeah, I remember. The back of your neck was like one big knot. What is it this time?
Same decision.
Hey, you know what? If you run again, this time I'm voting for you.
You mean you didn't vote for me the last time?
I couldn't. I forgot to register.
Tell me, do you think I've done a fair job as governor?
Fair? I say you've done a very fair job.
Think I should run again?
What are you asking me for, Governor? I can't tell you what to do. I'm just a guy in the street.
How long have we known each other?
I don't know.
15 years?
16 and a half. You know, I always figure an important decision like this should be between a guy and his family. Like, when I decided to give up fighting, I discussed it with the missus, though she hated fighting. She said if I didn't quit, she'd knock my block off. Yeah, but the real reason I quit was for the kids. I had to do what was good for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I do. JJ.
Yeah. Yeah, she should be married with kids. When my wife was JJ's age, we already had 5.
You have 5 children?
Well, now we have 6 and 1 on the way.
Are you Catholic?
No, but our pediatrician is. Hey, Governor, I hope I'm not out of line.
No, Duke, I think you're right, and I think I know what you mean. If I run and win again, it'll tie JJ up for 4 more years. So what you're saying is I shouldn't run.
Hey, Governor, I didn't say that.
All right, then what are you saying?
I think you shouldn't run.
Well?
Well, what?
I'm dying from the suspense, and he says, well, what? What did the governor decide? Believe me, Sera, you'll be the third to know.
No. Maggie, I'll tell her. He hasn't come to a decision.
But he promised the party he'd give him his decision by tonight.
Yeah, well, I hope he makes up his mind in the next 2 hours.
Why?
Well, if he can make up his mind by 7 o'clock, I can have the press here in 20 minutes. He can make the official announcement, and we can make the morning edition, which comes out on the newsstands about 10:30 tonight. And it couldn't happen on a better day than today.
Why do you say that?
Look at it this way, you guys. If the governor doesn't run, that's news. But if the governor does run, What we have to do is pray for one of those perfect days when nothing in the world happens so we can get the headlines. And that's today.
Well, why is today a perfect day?
Well, it's like the world stood still today.
The world stood still. Come into the kitchen.
I mean, nothing happened. There was no campus unrest, there were no strikes, there were no riots, and the vice president was out of the country.
Well, if you want my opinion, I have no doubt that the governor's going to run again. I think he will. Don't you? What'll he do if he doesn't?
Well, he'll go back to his law practice, make more money, and lead a much less hectic life.
And there goes the career of a witty, sensitive, bright... It's hard to describe oneself accurately but humbly.
Your career isn't over, George. You know he's going to politics.
Oh, very funny.
Why? When Pierre Salinger stopped being a press secretary, he ran for senator in California.
Yes, he did, and he lost.
Well, he should have known better than to run against an actor.
Well, if you want my opinion, we all have our personal reasons for wanting the governor to run again.
What's yours?
My prestige.
Your prestige?
Well, when I go into the market now, I get the royal treatment. Do you think a butcher's going to give a lawyer's housekeeper the same choice cuts as he gives the governor's housekeeper?
But a change might be very good for my social life.
How do you figure that, Maggie?
Well, you can't have a law firm without other attorneys, and the governor's bound to hire some that are bright, young, good-looking, and eligible.
You left out desperate. Now, look. Look, you guys, the governor's got a lot in his mind. He's under a great deal of pressure. Let's not add our anxiety, right?
I agree.
All right, I've reached my decision. But I can't tell you what it is until JJ gets home.
Well, why don't we get a hold of JJ and get her home?
Why don't we just wait until she gets home?
Oh, sure.
I think in all fairness, she should be the first to know.
The way this is going, I'll be out of the top 10 in no time.
Miss Jones speaking. Oh, sure. One moment. Yeah. JJ, it's for you. What? It's for you. Oh, thank you. Hello? Oh. Hello? Oh, hi, Maggie. Oh, I'll be home the usual time. Why? Is there something special? Hold on a second. My other line's ringing. Zooner, George, hi. Well, I'll be home the usual time, around 6 o'clock. What's so important? Dad decided? Oh, well, what did he decide? Oh, well, I'll leave right now. Okay, I'll be home in about 20 minutes. Maggie, I know George has told me on the other line. I'll be home in 20 minutes. Diane, I've got to be home. I know, home in 20 minutes. Go ahead, I'll finish up here. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to keep the pictures. Oh, I'll do it. Oh, thank you. Don't forget, we have that extra mouth to sure thing. Zoo nursery. Oh, hi, Sarah. Well, I know the other lines were busy. I was talking to Maggie and George. Oh, I'd say pretty soon now that there's nobody left to call me. Okay. Bye-bye. JJ, Elmo has a lady friend, and he's showing very good taste. Black is beautiful, you know. Diane, I know black is beautiful, but that pigeon isn't black, it's dark gray. She can pass. I wonder where she came from. She must have flown into the compound. I guess so. Unless they started busting pigeons. JJ. Her wing is broken. She can't fly. Oh, that's too bad. Well, you better set it. Right. JJ. I think it's a homing pigeon. Diane, every time a pigeon gets in with our pigeons, you think it's a homing pigeon. If it were a homing pigeon, there'd be a message. There is a message. Then it's a homing pigeon. There's a message. Do you think we ought to open it? Not too late to open other people's mail. Oh, that's right. And it's illegal. We'll just forget about it. Right. Good night. But what if it's important? I mean, that pigeon isn't going where it's supposed to go for at least a week. JJ, when people have things to say that are important, they use the telephone. That's right. Or they send a telegram. Right. Right. to open it.
There, pretty girl. Can you get it off? There you go.
Hey, there is a message.
Mom, what does it say?
Helen, if you don't meet me on the bridge Friday, same place, same time, I'm going to jump and end it all. I can't live without your love, Frank. On second thought, Diane, let's not open it.
That's on the level.
Oh, no, it's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. If this is on the level, Friday, Frank goes off the bridge because Helen isn't going to show.
Helen can't show because she's never going to get the message. And the reason she's never going to get the message is that little pigeon there is the only one that knows where Helen lives, and it ain't talking, and it ain't flying.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. Diane, what do you think we should do? Oh, hang up. Where's Dad? Oh, really? Well, would you go tell him I'm home, please? Thank you. Classified ad, please. Hello? I'd like to place an ad in tomorrow morning's paper. I'd like the ad to read.
Go, bring back my trowel.
Frank, don't jump and end it all.
What?
Oh, it's no Frank we know. It's Helen, Frank.
Oh.
That's right, Frank. Don't jump and end it all. Helen doesn't know. Please call me at 555-3113-JJ. How many days do I want it to run? Well, if he doesn't see it by Friday, yes, please, run it in Friday's paper, too. JJ Drinkwater, 881 Woodrow Drive. Thank you. I'm sorry, Dad. Now tell me what you've decided.
I've decided I'd like to know a lot more about that phone call.
I've decided I want to know about your decision. Are we going to run?
No.
No.
Nope, I'm running, but you're not.
Well, I don't understand.
Well, I'm going to run again, but I don't want you involved in the campaign.
Well, then, what you're saying in a sense is that I'm fired. No, not in a sense. That's what you're saying. I'm fired.
I didn't say you're fired. That's your word.
Well, I don't think it's right.
JJ, you have to be my age and have only one daughter to know how right it is. And you know that job of yours at the zoo is very demanding.
Dad, would you please come over here and sit down? Now, campaigning is not going to interfere with my job.
Yes, it will. Barnstorming every city in this state is a 3-month proposition.
Well, that would take me away too much, but I'll just skip the barnstorming part.
No. Once the voters found out you were committed, they'd want to see you with me all the time. You know, what would I tell them if you weren't?
Well, Dad, I can manage a few trips.
Well, this may come as a shock to you, but I might win, you know.
Without me?
JJ, we're talking about 4 years. 4 more years of your life. Now, what was it Ben Armstrong said? All you ever meet are overage senators and underage giraffes?
Look, let's make a deal. If I have an important date on the same night you have a dinner party, I'll keep my date, okay?
Well...
Oh, Dad, don't shut me out. I want to be with you all the way. What's so funny?
It's not funny. It's just that those are just about the exact words your mother said to me the first time I decided to run. George! Maggie! Sarah! Well! Take a look in that closet. If you find one of my hats, toss it in the ring.
I'll have the press here in 20 minutes.
I'll get one hacker on the phone, but I won't tell him. He's a fish to know.
Well, I guess we're going to have to start looking for sites for campaign headquarters.
Well, I'll do that tomorrow.
JJ?
On my lunch hour.
Okay.
Sarah, you just don't get a day like today when everything is perfect, nothing else, so we get all the headlines.
You know, I've always said, Sarah, you live a good, clean, decent life, and the good Lord will pay you back.
Thank goodness the governor's led that kind of life, huh?
George.
Oh, Phyllis, come on in. I'm glad you could make it. Sorry, I called you on such short notice. Al, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Dick. Come on out. The governor will be with you in just a moment.
What about JJ?
Well, JJ's not... Well, JJ's going out to... Why do you want to talk to JJ?
Because we want to hear about Frank.
Frank? Well, the governor will tell you all about Frank. Frank who?
Frank, the guy who's jumping off a bridge because he's in love with JJ.
Oh, that's Frank. mean, J.J. shouldn't... The governor couldn't... fight? Where'd you hear a thing like that?
With a grapevine. J.J. placed a personal ad to Frank in the classified section not more than an hour ago.
She did?
Oh, she did.
She did.
Oh, come on, George, stop stalling. This is page one stuff.
Me? Stole you, Al Burns, my best friend.
George.
Sarah!
George.
Al! No, we're running late.
Wait, we haven't even started yet.
What are you pulling, George? I'm pulling you on. Sarah! Official state dinner. That's right. I remembered all about it. Fellas, I'm going to have to ask you to go. Please, I'm sorry, fellas. Give me a break. I'm sorry, I'll give you a break. Fella, I know you just got here, but this is official state dinner. I'm sorry. I'll give you a call as soon as I can. I never thought about it until just this minute. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm sorry for everything. Well, there's the end of the perfect day. JJ, you blew the day of days.
George, it wasn't my fault.
Oh. When, in the history of mankind, has there been a day when there were no countries were invaded, no wars were declared, no people were killed, no floods, no plagues, no fires?
October 3rd, 1807.
Right. Where'd you get that date?
I made it up, George, just like you're making a catastrophe out of this little incident.
Little incident. JJ, I had a chance that every press secretary dreams about, that one shining moment. And it was destroyed. Destroyed by you and your pigeon.
George. Thank you.
What?
Thank you
For what?
for taking it so marvelously. George, a man's life is...
Oh, JJ, I mean, people don't send pigeons with messages like that. I mean, if a man is in love and he's going to end it all, JJ, I mean, he gets on the phone, he sends telegrams, he goes and bangs her door down.
That is ridiculous.
It is, huh? It's the way I do it.
George,
What?
would you please sit down?
I am sitting down. JJ, I know when I am sitting down. I'm sitting, talk.
George, you've blown this whole thing out of proportion. I mean, it was a rumor to begin with. And when the press checks it out, believe me, I promise you, George, it will be forgotten.
Huh? Well, maybe you're right. I mean, the press is reliable, huh? They'll see through something like that, huh?
Of course.
JJ, oh, George, you're still here. Good.
I thought you went home.
I did, but I stopped at the news fair to pick up a paper. You better have a look at it.
I better not.
What?
Because the way you say I better have a look at it, I better not have a look at it, I better have a look at it. I was right.
Right about what?
I shouldn't have had a look at it. Look at that. Picture of you, big picture of pigeon. Oh, I hate that pigeon. And underneath I quote, Governor's daughter involved in torrid love triangle.
You, Helen, and Frank.
Oh, I'm going to straighten this thing out once and for all. I'm going to call that Al.
No. You've done enough for me already, Dad.
JJ, George, it seems to me that if we leave this whole thing alone, it'll die out by itself. It has no source, no basis of truth, no foundation. In fact, it's going to blow over. And wait till the end of the week. Then you can make your announcement that the governor's going to run for re-election and have page one.
Albert, please.
No. Because by the end of the week, we're going to have another story that's going to be on page one.
What story?
Governor's press secretary kills himself.
Which has been tremendously reduced, if not almost entirely eliminated.
Yes, in these past 4 years, period. New paragraph. No, and on second thought, let's stay in the old paragraph. In fact, let's not use the whole last paragraph. And let's lose the one before that, too. What does that leave me?
That leaves you with Maggie. Would you come in and take some dictation, please?
All right, let's start over. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the only thing more difficult than making my decision was preparing this announcement. You know what my problem is, Maggie?
What?
The fact that today is Friday, Frank hasn't called. We don't even know if there is a Frank. If there is a Frank, we don't know if he's really going to jump.
Well, Governor, if it's of any consolation, I talked to a psychiatrist, and he said that studies show that people who threaten to jump off bridges seldom go through with it.
Well, that's some consolation, Maggie. Is this psychiatrist reliable?
I hope so. He's mine.
Poor George. You know, I can accept the fact that my announcement may wind up on page 4 or 5. You can accept it. JJ can accept it. But George can't. You construe it as a personal failure. He's been impossible the last few days.
Governor, I have all the reporters here for the press conference at 2 o'clock.
Oh, well, then you've resigned yourself to the fact we may not make page 1, huh?
Oh, not at all. But I talked to a Detective Jody down at police headquarters, and he tells me this Frank is a real kook.
He knows Frank?
Oh, yes. He's been bugging him for years. He's calling up and always threatening to jump off bridges or cliffs or tall buildings. Never showed up once.
Well, that's some relief. I'll call JJ and put her mind at ease. That's definite for this afternoon, right?
Well, I hate to say it again. Looks like another one of those perfect days.
Oh, Governor, are you sure you want to do it today? It's Friday the 13th.
It is. George, don't have a drink to come over here. Sit down. I don't know where JJ is. I called the zoo and she left over an hour ago.
Well, I'm sure she'll be here. Let's give her another 5 minutes.
Well, it's 20 after 2, Governor.
Let's give her another 5 minutes.
Well, another 5 minutes and some of these fellows aren't going to make their deadline, and the rest of them aren't going to be fit to write.
All right, let's get started.
Good. Fellas, if you'll all sit down, and ladies, too, please, we'll get the show on the road, all right? Jeff, sit right down. Al, come on up here. Jimmy. There we go, Stu. Dick.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I had hoped that my daughter JJ would be here for this occasion, but it seems she's been unfortunately delayed and will start without her. Oh, that's okay. We just started. Yes, Al?
Governor, before we begin officially, I wonder if I might ask JJ one quick question.
We are running a little late.
This will only take a second, George.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, go ahead, Al.
Thank you, Governor. JJ, have you heard anything at all from Frank?
Let's forget about Frank, shall we?
No, I haven't heard from Frank, but I did see Helen, which is why I'm late.
Yeah, now that takes care of Frank, shall we go on?
You actually saw Helen? You met with her?
Yes, when she saw the story in the paper, she called me at the zoo, and we had lunch together.
Well, tell us what happened. What did she say about Frank?
Well, she did admit that he was kind of eccentric, but she does love him.
Well, how did you leave it? Is she going to talk to him?
Well, I finally convinced her to go to the bridge, and
Bridge? Which bridge?
the Hill Street Bridge.
The Hill Street Bridge?
The governor hasn't made his announcement yet.
Well, what's it going to be, Governor? Are you going to run?
Yes, Al, I'm going to run.
We kind of thought you would. Good. See you, George.
Wait a minute, I'll go with you. In case you have any more questions about the show.
I think maybe I better start running, too.
Well, I wouldn't want this to get around, but I have never enjoyed a press conference more.
Frank and Helen reunited on bridge.
Oh, it's on the bottom of page 5. Where did you read it? It mentions your name several times, and then it quotes Frank, saying that he's going to vote for the opposition for governor.
Oh, no. Has Dad seen it yet?
Yes, I have.
Oh, Dad, is there anything I can say?
Well, what do you say we start with good morning?
Oh, thank you. Do you think George will ever speak to me again?
Yeah, but I'd be prepared for a lot of short grunts and mumbles.
Morning, Governor. Morning, JJ.
Morning, George.
George?
Obviously, he hasn't seen the paper yet.
Oh, yes, I have. Why do you think I'm so happy?
Why are you so happy?
Well, I woke up this morning with a whole new attitude. Sera Sera.
Whatever will be, will be?
Is that what that means?
What did you think it meant?
I thought it meant live and learn.
Learn what, George?
Well, that pigeons can get at you in more ways than one.